The Magic, Chapter 0. Thank you for reading and listening. Chapter 0. Do you believe in magic? Those who don't believe in magic will never find it. Ronald Dale, 1960 to 1990. Writer. Remember when you were a child and you look at life in total wonder and awe? Life was magical and exciting, and the smallest things were utterly thrilling to you. You were fascinated by the forest on the grass, a butterfly flitting through the air, or a strange leaf of rock on the ground. You were full of excitement when you lost a tooth because it meant the tooth fairy would be coming that night, and you would count down the days to the magical night of Christmas. Even though you had no idea how Santa Claus can get to every child in the world in one night. Somehow he did it, and he never let you down. Reminder could fly. There were fairies in the garden. Pets were like people. Toys had personalities. Dreams came true, and you could touch the stars. Your heart was full of joy, your imagination knew no limit, and you believed that the life was magical. There is an execute feeling many of us had as children that everything is good, that every day promises more excitement and adventure, and that nothing could ever thwart our joy for the magic of it all. But somehow, as we grow into adults, responsibilities, problems, and difficulties took their toll on us. We become disillusioned, and the magic we once believed in as children faded and disappeared. It's one of the reasons why, as adults, we love to be around children so that we can experience that feeling we once had, even it's just for a moment. I am here to tell you that the magic you once believed isn't true, and it's the disillusion, adult perspective of life that it falls. The magic of life is real, and it's real as you are. In fact, life can be far more wondrous than you ever thought it was as a child, and more breathtaking, awe-inspiring, and exciting than anyone or anything you have seen before. When you know what to do, bring forth the magic, you will live the life of your dreams. Then you will wonder how you ever could have given up in believing in the magic of life. You may not see reminder or a rider fly, but you will see the things you have always wanted appear your eyes, and you will see the things you have dreamed of and so long suddenly happening. You will never know exactly how everything waved together of your dreams to come true because magic works in the invisible realm, and that's the most thrilling part. Are you ready to experience the magic again? Are you ready to be filled with awe and wonder every day, like when you were a child? Get ready for the magic. Our adventure begins 2000 years ago when life changing knowledge was hidden with a scared text. a great mystery is revealed. The following passage comes from the Gospel of Matthew in the Holy Scriptures, and it has mystified, confused, and been misunderstood by many people over the centuries. Whosoever has been given more, and he has an abundance, whosoever not have, even what he has will be taken from him. You have to admit that when you read this passage, it appears unjust, as it is seems to saying that the rich will get richer and the poor will get poorer. But there is a riddle to be solved in this passage, a mystery to uncover, and when you know it's a new world will be opened up for you. The answer to this mystery that has eluded so many for centuries is one hidden word: gratitude. Whosoever has gratitude will be given more, and he or she will have abundance. Whosoever not have gratitude, even he or she has, will be taken from him or her. By the revelation of one hidden word, a cryptic text is made crystal clear. 2000 years has passed since those words were recorded, but they are as true today as they ever were. If you don't take the time to be grateful, you will never had more. And what you do have, you will lose. And the promise of the magic that will happen with gratitude is in these words. If you are grateful, you will be given more, and if you will have abundance. From the Quran of the promise of gratitude is equally empathetic. And remember when God proclaimed, if you are grateful, I will give you more. And if you are ungrateful, verily my punishment is indeed severe. It doesn't matter what religion you follow or whatever you are religious or not, these words from the Holy Scriptures and the Quran apply to you and your life. They are describing a fundamental law of science and of the universe. It's a universal law. Gratitude operates through a universal law that governs your life according to the law of attraction, which governs all the energy in our universe from the formation of an atom to the movement of the planets like attract life. It's because of the law of attraction that the cells of every living creature are held together, as well as the substance of every material object. In your life, the law operates on your thoughts and feelings because they are energy too. And so, whatever you think, whatever you feel, and whatever you attract. If you think I don't like my job, I haven't got enough money, can find my perfect partner, I can't pay my bills, I think I am coming down with something, he or she doesn't appreciate me, I don't get along with my parents, my children is a problem, my life is a mess, or my marriage is in trouble, then you must attract more of those experiences. But if you think about what you are grateful for, like I love my job, my family is very supportive, I am the best vacation, I feel amazing today, I got the best tax refund ever, or I am the great weekend campaigning with my son. And you sincerely feel the gratitude. The law of attraction says you must attract more of those things into your life. It works in same way as mental being drawn to a magnet. Your gratitude is magnetic, and the more gratitude you have, the more abundance you magnetize. It's a universal law. You will heard saying like whatever goes around comes around. You reap what you sow, and you get what you give. Well, all of this saying and describing the same law that, and they are also describing a principle of universe that the greatest scientist Sir Isaac Newton discovered. Newton, Newton's scientific discoveries include the fundamental law of motion in the universe, one of which says every action always has an opposite and equal reaction. When you apply an idea of gratitude to Newton's law, it says every action of giving thanks always causes an opposite reaction of receiving. What you receive will always be equal to the amount of gratitude you have given. This means that the very action of gratitude sets off a reaction of receiving. And the more sincerely, more deeply grateful you feel, in other words, the more gratitude you will give, the more you will receive. The golden thread of gratitude, dating back thousands and thousands of years to the earliest recordings of humankind, the power of gratitude was preached and practiced, and the form there was passed on through the centuries, sweeping across the continents, pre-meeting one civilization and culture to the next. The major religions of Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, Judaism, Sikhism, and Hinduism all have gratitude at their core. Muhammad said that gratitude for the abundance you will receive is the best insurance that the abundance will continue. Buddha said that you have no cause for anything but gratitude and joy. Lord Taju said that if you rejoice in the way things are, the whole world will belong to you. Krishna said that whatever he is offered, he accepts with joy. King David spoke of giving thanks to the whole world for everything between the heavens and the earth. And Jesus said, thank you for he performed each miracle. From the Australian Aborigines to the African Maasai and Zulu, from the American Navajo, Shanwi, and Chico to the Titanians, Eskimo, and Mario, the practice of gratitude is at the very root of most indigenous traditions. When you arise in the morning, give thanks for the morning light, for your life and strength. Give thanks for your food and for the joy of living. If you see no reason for giving thanks, the fault lies with yourself. History is laden with famous figures who practiced gratitude and whose achievement put them amongst the greatest human beings who had ever lived. Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King Jr., the Dalai Lama, Leonardo da Vinci, Plato, Shakespeare, Aesop, Blake, Emerson, Dickens, Proust, Descartes, Lincoln, Jung, Newton, Einstein, and many, many more. Albert Einstein's scientific discovery changed the way we see the universe. And when asked about his monumental achievement, he spoke only of giving thanks to others. One of the most brilliant minds of all time thank other people over 100 times a day for the work they have done. Is it any wonder that so many of life's mysteries were revealed to the Albert Einstein? Is it wonder that Albert Einstein makes some of the greatest scientific discoveries in history? He practiced gratitude every single day of his life, and in turn he received more forms of abundance. When Isaac Newton was asked he had achieved the scientific discoveries he made, he said that he stood on the shoulders of the giant. Newton recently voted the greatest contributor of science and humankind, was also grateful to those men and women who lived before him. The scientists, philosophers, inventors, discoveries, and prophets who practiced gratitude repeated in its results, and most were aware of its inherent power. Yet gratitude's power is unknown to most people today because to experience the most gratitude in your life, you have to practice it. My discovery. The story is a perfect example of what is like when a person is ignorant of gratitude. And what happens when you make gratitude a part of your life? If I had been asked 6 years ago if I was a grateful person, I would have answered yes. For sure, I am a grateful person. I say thank you when I receive a gift, when someone opens a door for me, or when a person does something for me. The truth is, I was not a grateful person at all. I didn't know what being a grateful really mean, and just saying the word thank you on the odd occasion certainly didn't make me a grateful person. My life without gratitude was pretty challenging. I was in debt and it was increasing a bit more every month. I worked really hard, but my finances never improved. I am trying to keep up with the mounting debt and obligations. I was living with a continuous undercurrent of stress. My relationship swung like a pendulum from fair to disastrous because I never seemed to have enough time for each person. While I was bound be termed healthy, I felt exhausted at the end of the day, and I always got my fair share of cold and the latest illness going around each session. I had moments of happiness when I went out with friends or when I went on vacation. But then the reality of having to work harder to pay for those pleasures would sweep over me. I wasn't living, I was surviving from day to day and from paycheck to paycheck. I would no sooner solve one life problem than more problems would appear. But then something happened that would change everything in my life. From that day forward, I discussed a secret about life. And as a result of my discovery, one of the things I began to do was practice gratitude each day. As a result of this, everything in my life changed. The more I practiced gratitude, the more miraculous were the results. My life truly became magical. For the first time in life, I became debt free, and shortly after that, I had all the money I needed to do whatever I wanted. Problems in my relationship, work, health disappeared, and instead of facing daily obstacles, my day became filled with one good thing after another. My health and energy increased dramatically, and I felt that I had in my 20s. My relation became much more meaningful and I enjoyed mere good times with my family and friends in life few months that I had in all our previous year. More than anything else, I felt happier that I thought it was possible to feel. I was blissfully happy, the happiest I ever have been. Gratitude changed me and my whole life being destroyed or changed. Bring the magic into your life. No matter what you are, no matter where you are, no matter what your life current circumstances, magic of gratitude will change your entire life. I have received letters from thousands of people in the worst imaginable situations who have changed their lives completely by practicing gratitude. I have been seeing miracles that take place in the health where seemed to be no hope. I have seen marriages saved and broken relationships transformed into magnificent relationships. I have seen those in total poverty become prosperous, and I have been seeing people in depression catapult into joyful, fulfilling lives. Gratitude can magically turn your relationship into joyful and meaningful. Relationships. No matter what state they are in now, gratitude can mysteriously make you more prosperous so that you have the money you need to do the things you want to do. It will increase your health and bring a level of happiness beyond which you have ever felt before. Gratitude will bring work its magic to accurate your career, increase success, and bring you about your dream job or whatever it is you want to do. In fact, whatever it is that you want to do or having gratitude is the way to receive it. The magical power of gratitude turns your life into gold. As you practice gratitude, you will understand why particular things in the or life may have gone wrong and why certain things might be missing from your life. As you make gratitude a way of life, you will wake up each morning so excited to be alive. You will find yourself completely in love with life. Everything will seem effortless. You will need to come and feel as light as a feather and happier that you have ever felt before. While challenges may come, you will know how to overcome them and learn from them. Every day will be magical. Every day will be filled with more magic than you were when you were a child. Is your life magical? You can tell this right now how much you have actually used gratitude in your life. Just took a look at all of the major areas in your life: money, health, happiness, career, home, and relationships. The area of your life that are abundant and wonderful and where you have used gratitude and you experience the magical as a result, and any areas that are not abundant and wonderful are due to lack of gratitude. It's a simple fact. When you're grateful, you cannot receive more in return. You have stopped the magic from counting in your life. When you are not grateful, you stop the flow of the breath, healthier, better relationships, and more joy, more money, and the advancement of a job, career, or business. To receive, you have to give. It's a law. Gratitude is giving thanks, and without it, you cut yourself off from the magic and from the receiving everything that you want in life. The bottom line of ungratefulness is that when we are not grateful, we are taking things in our life for granted. When we take things for granted, we are unintentionally taking our lives. Law of attraction says that like attract likes. So if you are take something for granted, we will be taken from as a result. Remember, whosoever does not have gratitude, even when she has, will be taken from him or her. Most certainly, you have been grateful at various times in your life, but see the magic and cause a radical change to the current circumstances. To practice gratitude and make it into your new life. The magic formula. Knowledge is a treasure, but practice is the key to it. Ibn Khaldun, 1332-1400 scale. Scholar and statesman. Ancient myth and legends say that to bring forth magic, a person must first say the magic words. Bringing forth magic from the gratitude works in the same way. But first, you must say the magic word, thank you. I cannot begin to tell you how important the word thank you are for your life. To live in gratitude, to experience the magic in your life, thank you must become the two words you deliberately say and feel more than any other words. They need to become your identity. Thank you is the bridge from where you are now to the life of your dreams. A magic formula. Deliberately think and say the magic words thank you. The more you deliberately think and say the magic word thank you, the more gratitude you feel. The more gratitude you deliberately think, feel, the more abundance you receive. Gratitude is a feeling, so the ultimate aim is practicing gratitude is to deliberately feel it as much as you can. Because the force of your feeling that accurates or accelerates the magic in your life. Newton's law, one or one, what you have given you receive equally. This means that if you increase your feeling of gratitude, the result in your life will expand to equal to your feelings. The truer the feeling, the more sincerely grateful you are, the faster you will change. Your life will change. When you discover how little practice it takes, how easy it is to inaccurate gratitude into your daily life, and when you see the magical results for yourself, you will never want to return to the life you used to live. Just get to a little, your life will change a little. If it is a lot, every day your life will change dramatically in a ways that you can hardly imagine. A magical book. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget the highest appreciation is not to alter words but to live with them. In this book, there are 28 magical practices that have been specifically designed so that you can learn how to use gratitude's magical power to revolutionize your health, money, joy, and relationships, and to make your smallest desire and your biggest dreams come true. You will also learn how to practice gratitude to dissolve problems and transform any negative situation. Will be captivated while you read this life changing knowledge, but without practicing what you learn, the knowledge will slip through your fingers, and the opportunity that you attracted to easily change your life will be gone. To ensure that this doesn't happen to you, you need to practice gratitude for about 28 days so that you can impregnate yourself and your subconscious mind with it. Only then it will change your life permanently. The practices are designed to be completed over 28 consecutive days. This allows you to make gratitude a habit and a new way of life. Practicing gratitude in a concentrated effort over consecutive days guarantees that you will see the magic take place in your life and fast. Within each magical practice is a wealth of secret teachings that will expand your knowledge in tremendous ways. In each practice, you will understand more and more about the life works and how easy it to have the life you have dreamed of. The first 12 practices use the magical power of gratitude for which and what you have now and what you have received in the past, because unless you are grateful for what you have received, the magic wouldn't work and you wouldn't receive more. The first 12 principles will see in the magic gratitude into motion immediately. The next 10 practices use magical power of gratitude for your desired dreams and everything you want. Those 10 practices you will be able to make your dreams come true, and you will see circumstances of your life magically change. The last 6 practices you to a whole new level where you will saturating gratitude into every cell of your body and mind. We learn how to use gratitude magical power to help other people resolve problems and improve any negative situations circumstances you may encounter throughout your life. You don't need to clear your calendar for each of the practices and specifically created to fit into your everyday life, whether it's work days, weekend, holidays, or vacations. It is possible or portable. You take it with you whenever you go and wherever you go, the magic happens. If you miss a day, you will more may likely lose the momentum of what you have done. So that you don't reduce the magic. If you miss a day, come back 3 times and repeat this particularly practices again from there. Some practices are designed for the morning, others are designed throughout the day. So read each day's practice for first thing in the morning. So practices will need to be read in the night before because they begin with the wake am I. And I will tell you when to do this. You might want to read. The next step practice every night before you go to sleep. In order to be prepared, if you do, make sure you reread the practice again in the morning. We don't want to follow the 28 mega practice consecutively. You can use so them in other ways. You could choose one magical practice that addresses an important subject in your life that you want to change or improve. And if you could do the practice 3 days in a row or every day for a week, or you could do a magical practice a week or two practices a week, the only difference behind that it will take you longer to see the changes in life. After the 28 days, once you have completed 28 days magical practices, you can use the particular practices to increase the magic where you or when have a specific need, such as health and money, or if you want to receive your dream job, have increased success in your work, or improve relationships. To continue the practice of gratitude, you can open this book at randomly and whichever practice you open. So it's the perfect one to do that now. At the end of 28 days magical practices, there are also recommendation of practices you can use in combination, which will accelerate the magic in specific areas of life. Can you overdo gratitude? Never. Can you live become more too magical? Hardly. Use the practice over and over so gratitude keeps in your conscious and becomes second nature to you. After 28 days, you will have to rewrite your brain and implement gratitude in your subconscious mind. And it is automatically the first thing that comes to your mind in any situation. The magic your expense will be your inspiration because as you incorporate gratitude into your days, they will be nothing short of spectacular. What are your dreams? Many of the magical practices are designed to help you achieve your dreams. Therefore, you need to get clear about what you really want. Sit down with a computer, air a pen and paper, and make a list of what you really want, every area of your life. Think through every detail of what you want to be, do, or have in your life, in your relationship, career, finance, health, and every area that is important to you. You can be as specific in detail as you like, but remember, your job is simply to the list of what you want, not how you're going to get what you want. The how will be done for you. Get to work its magic. If you want a better job or a better dream job, then think about everything you want the job to be. Think about the things that are important to you, such as the type of work you want to do, how do you want to feel in your job, the type of company you want to work, and the kind of people you want to work with, the hours you want to work, where you want to do the job to be, the salary you want to receive. Very clear about what you want in the job by thinking it thoroughly and writing all the details down. If you want money to educate your children, work out the details of their education, including which school you want children attend, the cost of their school fees, books, food, clothing, and transportation, so that you know exactly how the money you will need. If you want to travel, then write down the details of the countries you want to visit, how long you want to travel for, what you want to see and do, where you want to stay, and the means by which you want to travel. If you want a perfect partner, then write down every detail of the characteristics. You want to the person to have, you want improve relationship, write down the relationship or want to improve and what you want them to be like. If you want more health or improve body condition, be specific about what you want to improve your health or body. If you want a dream home, then list every detail of what you want the home to be room by room. If there are specific material things you want like a car, clothes, appliances, write them down. If you want to achieve something such as passing the exam, getting a degree, a goal in sports, succeeding as a musician, doctor, writer, actor, scientist, or businessman, or whatever it would be like to achieve, write it down and be specific as possible. Strongly urge you to find the time to maintain a list of your dreams throughout your life. Write down the things, the big things, or what you want this moment or this year. As you think of more things, add them to the list, and as you receive things, cross them off the list. As you easy way to do the list of what you want is to divide it into categories of health and body, career and work, money, relationships, personal diary, material thing. Just add the thing that you want of each category. When you get clear about things what you want, you are giving a definite direction to the way you want gratitude, magical power to change your life. And you are ready to begin the most exciting and thrilling adventure you have ever been on. Thank you for listening.